Bill Ackman, the human parasite. Money worshipping fucking parasite. Dirty fucking rat. You understand what I'm fucking talking about. Taking off the gloves, bitches. I've had it with these motherfucking scammers. All these goddamn fucking crooks, and they happen to be, almost all of them are related. What the fuck is going on? Now, if these people comprise a population of, say, 80%, 70%, okay. But guess what? Guess what? It's 2 fucking percent. And worldwide it's less than 0.1%. Why in the fuck are all these parasites that are related comprise the vast majority of the big scams? That's what I want to know. That's what I fucking want to know. Why is it? And you let's see here. So here we go. Listen, you don't fucking request nothing. You don't fucking ask me to do nothing. Got it? I should pay your ass to be here. Don't fucking ask me no favors. You guys, I'm doing you all the fucking favors. You got it? You don't want to be here, you don't like it, get the fuck out. Because you think, what do you think I'm getting out of this? I'm getting fucking nothing. I'm losing money. I'm losing my health. Okay? Give me a fucking break. You think I want to please you because I want you to like and subscribe. No, I'm not making money off this. No fucking request. Don't ever fucking ask me to do something. Can you do this? No. Shut your fucking mouth. All of you. Seriously, who the fuck you think you're dealing with here? Don't understand. We're not friends. You should be sucking my dick for giving you this free fucking information. So don't fuck with me. I don't have any tolerance for people anymore. Really. Nothing personal. Oh, he says this. Oh. Guess what? I can say whatever the fuck I want because I'm the big swinging dick. I make the rules. When you're the big fucking deal, you make the fucking rules. Okay? I'm the big swinging dick. You fucking idiot. Actually, I forgot. I'm going to start turning this this bullshit off. Fucking, I don't want nobody to post any bullshit when I'm talking. Sit down and take fucking notes. When the professor fucking speaks, learn. You know, someone's going to come in here. Oh, that's not true. Oh. Stupid fucking idiots. You know, this is the problem today with the internet. When I was young, when people were smart without the internet, of course, during that time, you shut your fucking mouth. If you didn't know anything, you shut your mouth. And when you opened your mouth and looked like an idiot, you were scolded, you were shamed. But these days it doesn't happen. Because there's too many idiots open their fucking mouth thinking they know everything. Anyway, so here's the situation. I'm going to be copied like always. You got these fake investment gurus and their little YouTube detectives and all this bullshit. They're going to copy me. Bill Ackman just manipulated the markets again. Let me remind everybody about this fucking human parasite, this money-worshipping, dirty fucking rat. You understand? Dirty fucking rat. These money guys are all the same. You got it? Let's take a look. Got to remind everybody now. Just over 5 years ago. 5 years. 5 years ago, right? Bill Ackman in 2020. I guess it was what? Yeah. He came out during the coronavirus in March, and he came on the scam network, you know, run by the fucking mafia, the criminal fucking parasites. But of course, the media can get away with fraud and all types of crimes because they're related to the guys that make the laws, the politicians and the judges. Take a look at who all the big judges are. Not all of them, but let's do some basic statistics. Anyway, I'm not going to talk. I've talked about that before. Bill Ackman went on CNBC, started fucking crying like a bitch. Remember, this is Bill Ackman, the guy who I spoke to more than 15 years ago during the financial crisis. Bill Ackman, he was on the phone with me, panting like a fucking dog. Panting like a dog. Asking how he can get my fucking book when I told him who the fuck I am and how I predicted everything. Of course, he was blindsided. He didn't know what the fuck was going on, just like everybody else out there. I kid you not, and this is a fact. I've got the emails still where I went ahead and sent him a quick some materials from the book and then told him the book. Okay? Not going to help these motherfuckers anymore. And then it's Bill Ackman, of course. The guy, and folks, all these guys, the media tells you that they're great. They're great. No, they're not. They want you to think that there's legends out there. No, they're not. There ain't nobody great in the investment world. Okay? There ain't nobody great. But they tell you that they're all great. Now, I'm going to go over Bill Ackman here in a second, his little short history of his scams and failed calls. Actually, let me do that right now. Let me remind you, this is before COVID. Remember the Valiant horse shit? Valiant, he lost $4 billion off that fucking bullshit. Complete disaster. He didn't see that because he's fucking stupid. And then he went out and tried to short Herbalife, right? He lost $1 or $2 billion off that. Is that an investor? Excuse me, is that an investor? No, that's a guy that's desperate. He was desperate because his fund fucking collapsed. Desperate to make money. He's not a value investor. He's not a real investor. He's a fucking market manipulator. Real fund managers don't go on CNBC. They don't go in the media. Certainly not to talk about their holdings or what they're investing in. The guys that do that are there to manipulate the shares. They're there to manipulate the market. That's a goddamn fact. It's a fact. No real hedge fund manager wants anybody to know what they're investing in. Understand? I've been telling people this for fucking years. I advise hedge funds. I know this. You don't have to advise hedge funds to know this. No legitimate hedge fund wants people to know what they're investing in. This is why they oftentimes invest in vehicles that aren't subject to reporting requirements, and there are ways to do that, by the way. Many different ways to do that. But Bill Ackman, like all these weasels, these fucking dirty rats that manage these funds, David Einhorn, and all these fucking clowns are always in the media trying to manipulate their fucking stocks to get the idiots to pump up their trade, or in some cases pump it down through shorting. Bill Ackman, you can see, Bill Ackman's pleaded President Donald Trump to save the U.S. from the coronavirus destruction. See that? Anybody remember?
Bill Ackman on the phone.
Dirty
took to Twitter
fucking
today
rats.
To urge the president to
and
take
by the way,
more
this guy here,
measures to stop the spread of
he's
the
a dirty
virus.
rat.
Bill,
Look at him.
for joining us
Folks, they're all related. What's going on? How is this not discrimination?
For our viewers to start, Mr. President, the only answer is to shut down the country for the next 30 days and close the borders, you say. Tell all Americans that you are putting us on an extended spring break at home with family, keeping only essential services open. The government pays wages until we reopen. I know from our conversations that you have been worried for some time. How did it manifest today with these tweets and going public?
This is hilarious.
Maybe just
Are you
a little bit
fucking
of
kidding me?
context. You know, I'm an
Are you kidding me?
optimist, but beginning in, I don't know, late January, I was getting increasingly bearish, and I woke up with a nightmare. And my nightmare was you have this virus that replicates and infects incredibly rapidly. You know, each person infects 2.5 people, each of whom infect 2.5 people. You know, 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 16, 16, 256, 65,000. You get to just massive, massive numbers. I'm watching this thing roll out in China. It kills, you know, 1 to 2% of the people. In China, the number's been closer to 4. People think that's because the health system's been overwhelmed, but 1 to 2% means friends and family are going to die. The concentration was, the effect were sort of older people with lung or cardiac conditions. I have a father who's almost 81. He's, you know, he had lung cancer. He lost 2/3 of his lung capacity as a result of surgery. He's got some health issues, and you have a virus. And the other thing that really scared me is, unlike the flu, where when you're sick, you know you have it, here you go as much as 2 weeks without showing any symptoms, or maybe a little bit of a cold. Meanwhile, you're incredibly infectious. And I thought the combination of that, the fact that the virus lives on surfaces for as much as 9 days, if we believe what we're reading, means this thing can spread everywhere. And when China shut down Wuhan, they told people, 12 hours from now, we're going to shut down Wuhan. Well, what happened? 5 million people left Wuhan. And 5 million people dispersed around China, and 5 million people dispersed around the world. And it seeded the virus. And I think people are just not used to thinking about exponential compounding on a daily basis. In the beginning, you don't see anything. And I think the fact that it sort of, people press reports that it only killed old people, it only killed sick people, I think it made most of the country not particularly concerned. I think the fact that
stop it,
of the people
bitch.
lived made most of the people not concerned. The fact that it was in China and it was like far away, and Chinese have unusual dietary habits. They eat some things we don't eat. I just think
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. I've got to fucking give me a second. This fucking idiot, whoever the fuck this is. Hold on a second. I got some goddamn motherfucking crypto scammer here fucking with me. Jesus Christ, son of a bitch. I want to smack this guy. I want to fucking idiot. Some Okay. Sorry about that. So you heard the parasite there. We're not done. Let's go ahead and go ahead and continue with this shit.
I think all of these things made people not take it seriously. But when I did the math, I said, the laws of probability tell me this thing is going to be everywhere. Everyone, 50% of the world is going to get infected. And I sort of rolled forward.
Bill Ackman comes and starts crying. Let's see if we got to the crying yet.
Do you take comfort in some of the steps that have been
He starts
taken?
crying.
It certainly appears as though our response now from a federal level is much better than it was initially. I think we can all admit and take comfort that it is ramped up now. What about the steps that have been taken? The city in which you live is considering a shelter-in-home, shelter-at-home declaration.
I think Governor Cuomo has done a superb job, and I think the White House, the president, the vice president are finally taking a lot of the necessary steps, but it's not enough. And the reason why it's not enough is the only way, what's going to happen if we continue the way we are operating is until a vaccine is manufactured, distributed, and injected, we will go through a depression era period in the country. and millions of people will die around the globe, and as many as 1 million Americans are going to die. And it's just math, okay? And the problem...
Anyway, I can't stand to listen to this fucking sleazy rodent parasite piece of shit anymore. You can listen to this. He starts fucking crying. We have to shut it down. And he did this to manipulate the market, okay? And he made a few $1 billion off of this bullshit. Listen to this one.
Now, take a look at Hilton stock. We're
telling you about Hilton's going to
Hilton
zero.
is the
They're going to
canary.
zero.
This is an
All the hotels are going to zero. I'm not going to play this shit. So,
Bill,
shut down the
last
country
week
for 30
you advised
days,
President
right?
Trump to have a 30-day shutdown. You said you were...
Meanwhile, Ackman was short. He was instilling fear and panic, and he had a huge short position. Not really short, but he had credit default swaps. He didn't disclose that. All he disclosed was, oh, well, I'm starting to buy stocks now. I was really bearish, but he didn't disclose that he made money. And the money that he used to buy the stocks was from the profits he made from his fear-mongering on the credit default swaps. He did not tell anyone about that. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about with these pieces of fucking shit, by the way. And I've already contacted the SEC about this. Not this, what we're going to talk about today. Now, notice you get in the parasite media. They've got their buddies. They're all geniuses. Wow, he made a fortune. He must be a genius, right? He's great. They don't talk about the fraud. The street, parasite media, same thing. Wow, it's amazing. You don't hear the real fucking truth, okay, from these parasites. So, take a look. Take a look today. What do we have here? Let's listen to this.
Respond. This is Bill Ackman moments ago. To state the obvious, it does not help our country's and our president's negotiating position to be trying to strike deals while our market is collapsing. Oh, great stuff, guys. Thank you. Whoever is recommending that idea to President real Donald Trump should be fired now. Strong words from Bill Ackman moments ago.
Anyway, I'm not even going to play this. This is the real deal here. Here's the real deal. Apparently, and if you all are watching the market, it opened low. No surprise, if you understand what's going on. No fucking surprise. I mean, I don't think... And by the way, I'm going to be talking about the fake gurus. Hey, all you stupid motherfucking idiots out there that listen to these goddamn YouTube fake gurus, why the fuck didn't they warn you about this shit? They didn't warn you about nothing, did they? They didn't position you. All they were doing was telling you about their discounted cash flow, buy this, because they're stupid fucking clueless idiots. Okay? And that's why you're going to get your asses handed to you. So take a look. Take a look here. Bill Ackman calls for a 90-day timeout on tariffs. Sound familiar? Or risks self-induced economic nuclear winter. Familiar? Kind of reminiscent of 2020? Right? Right? Guess what? That's interesting. You can see this was actually, right? This is broadcast here on Sunday. He talked about this on Sunday on X, and the media picked up on this and reported on it. Okay. Well, so what happened? You all heard the rumor. There was a rumor. Well, it was not a rumor. Supposedly, Hassett, an economic advisor to Trump, look at this piece of shit, Sean Hannity. Dirty, slimy, neocon piece of shit, dirty fucking rat. Money-worshipping dirty rat related to all the fucking pieces of shit mafioso scumbag. I'd like to smash his face. I hate this fucking guy. You can tell, by the way, he's related because he has the whine. You know, the Ben Shapiro whine. I mean, they all don't sound that way, but some of them do, and that's a telltale sign. So what happened? Hassett supposedly said that Trump is considering a 90-day timeout, a pause on the tariffs. You all heard about that. What happened? That came out within 30, 40 minutes of the open this morning, and I'm sitting here watching the market tanking, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah, same thing. Let's just see how low it goes. And you got a fucking reversal. The Dow was down 1,600 and some points, and it fucking went positive all the way up to 700 positive or something like that. Complete flip-flop. The S&P did a 7% turnaround based upon that statement that the media propagated. CNBC came out and spread it all over the place. All the media spread that shit. Okay? Interesting, huh? Once again, Bill Ackman made that post. I wish they'd shut down this fucking X bullshit media. Oh, here's what they're saying on X. Why are you broadcasting what someone fucking writes on some little fucking stupid social media platform? Useless media. So here's what happened. Turns out it was a lie. It was a complete lie. Son of a bitch. They contacted now this was after the damage was done. Okay? They came out after the damage was done, some 1 hour and a half later, something like that. And then confirming that, oh, this was just a rumor. The White House said they don't know what you're talking about. Okay? You see that? So the media has to fucking backtrack. They don't verify nothing. If you're in the media and you're not verifying this bullshit, then you are guilty of stock manipulation. You can't just come out and fucking, you got to verify it. But of course, it's the criminal mafia. They can do what they fucking want, and their buddies profit while you take it on the chin. See that? 11:07, they report on CNBC, the criminal network. Okay? It's too late. See that? So here's the interesting thing. Let me show you something here now. This fucking bullshit. Goddamn ads. Here you go. I made a fucking Twitter account just to fucking abuse Bill Ackman, destroy him, and this fucking guy. Take a look at the name. Look at this guy. Walter Bloomberg. Interesting name, huh? Walter Bloomberg. Yeah, he's one of them. He's one of them. How come all the fucking scammers are related? Am I wrong? Someone show me I'm wrong. Take a look. He's the guy who disseminated this bullshit. The media came out and said that Hassett said this. No, they got the story wrong. Some fucking shyster on Twitter posted this, and he deleted his tweet later on. He's got 1 million followers, and if you want to promote your company or whatever, he takes money for that. He's in the business of doing that because he's a useless fucking parasite. Okay? You see this? You see this? This is where it came from. This is why the market reversed course after about 30, 40 minutes of trading this morning and soared because the media picked up on this, and I'm sure they weren't following this fucking rodent, but news spreads. It went to some account, probably the, goddamn son of a bitch. So anyway, I'm wondering myself, what's going on here? Did someone, because Bill Ackman, I mean, he's not going to be an idiot. Did someone Bill Ackman knows? Did Bill Ackman go through some associate, some low-level peon to contact this guy to say, hey, post this. We'll pay you some money to post this. Did he? I'm willing to fucking bet he did. Now, proving it is going to be a different matter, obviously, because, and you know, the SEC's this guy has communicated with over the past 48 hours, or maybe even longer than that. You see? You see that? This guy needs to go to fucking jail. Mr. Bloomberg. He needs to go to jail. I believe that Ackman is involved in this, because you guys know Ackman is not a real fucking money manager. He's a stock manipulator. Okay? He's a stock manipulator, and I believe Ackman is connected to this fucking clown, Walter Bloomberg, promoting this shit. Okay? Now, of course, you know, people are going to see this, they're going to copy, because they want content so they can get views and sell advertisements on YouTube, because all these YouTube people are fucking scammers. Useless pieces of shit. I wish all these YouTube people would disappear from the face of the earth. Like, I could snap my fingers and they would fucking just vaporize. All of you fuckers. You useless sacks of shit. Get a fucking job, you scumbags. Promoting scams, all of you. And scam ads. So that's what I wanted to tell everybody. And you know what's funny is I never pay attention to the media. I don't. It just so happened today, I happened to have been in the living room, and I happened to just turn the TV on, and I happened to have just run into this. I ran into this, you know, as the market, because I already know what's going to happen with the market and everything else. Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but I have a pretty good idea since I already was preparing for all this. But so this is the market is crashing, and so I go out into the living room and just kind of sit there and turn on the TV, see what's going on. You know, just kind of it's 9:30, 9:45, the market's crashing. Okay, I'll come back a little later, see if there's it's not like I don't it's not like I'm right. So. And I see on the TV how they're talking about this, how the market's turned around and this and that, and apparently they talk about on these channels, CNBC and Bloomberg, how Hassett came out and said Trump is considering a 90-day pause, and then later on, because I went and checked on this. Once I checked into this, what was going on, they came out about an hour after that and said, oh, it was a rumor. Something's going on here. There's a shitload of money, folks, somebody stole. Someone's going to have to pay the fucking price. That's all I've got on this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to expose Tom Nash, piece of shit. Remind everybody, this guy's a completely clueless fraud. A few other people. I don't even remember. I'm going to shut this down now.